Okay, good morning, everyone. Today, before we get started, we have a special guest with us to say the Pledge of Allegiance. His name is Don Jones. Mr. Jones, if you could come up to the podium. Mr. Jones is commander of the VFW Abington Memorial Post 7069 from 2016 to today. He is a sergeant in the United States Air Force from 1968 to 1972. He was stationed at the Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in Goldsboro, North Carolina. He did 2 tours of duty, served 2 months in Korea and 4 months in Tokyo, Japan, and he currently resides in Clark Summit, Pennsylvania, and we're happy to have him here to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Everybody please rise, put your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jones. Appreciate it.
Just a note, if anybody's paying attention, we've had some HVAC work done here, and apparently the crew has moved the flags around, so they're not properly placed, but, no, I know, but just so everybody else. Yeah. No, we're good.
Okay. And before we get, so I'd like to call this public meeting to order. First up, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes from our last commissioners meeting.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The minutes have been approved. Next, we're going to hear from the client relationship manager from Penn State Extension, Jennifer. And Jennifer, I don't want to butcher your last name. So if you could, how do you say your last name?
Mercero.
Mercero, okay, that wasn't too bad. So welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you so much. Thank you to the commissioners, the staff, and the residents of Lackawanna County. I'd like to start off by thanking Tracy and Kristen O'Malley for the time they've given me to acclimate to this position and really spread the good work that we do. So thank you very much to those girls. If you'll see on the agenda, we were supposed to have the Scranton School for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing today. I was so disappointed. They had a delay and couldn't make it. Last time I was here, I had talked about a project they were working on, and I thought it would be great to bring it to life and invite them to a meeting to tell you all about it. So Steve Ward and I and a bunch of other people got together and planned that. Unfortunately, they're not here today. So we will invite them back, and hopefully that'll be next month. So instead, I had to throw some notes together quickly just to fill the time of what we're doing. If you look on the paper that I've given you, I'll go over quickly. The Master Gardeners are working on, along with 4-H and Tony from Lackawanna State Park. A few weeks ago, they held a bird count weekend at Abington Library, and that was on February 15th, and it was where attendees discovered fascinating bird species, explored their habitats, and did hands-on crafts. No registration was needed, and those are just some of the few projects the Master Gardeners do. Next, they're working on the Seed to Supper at Valley Community Library. That consists of 6 sessions where attendees learn how to build healthy soil, plan growing space, choose crops, and care for their garden. It's for both beginners and advanced gardeners. And just striking up conversation, we actually have somebody in the audience that's participating in that, which was exciting. Coming up this summer, and more details to follow, will be 4-H will host a virtual cooking camp from July 21st to the 25th. And then I added a box for upcoming events. We have, for any farmers you have in Lackawanna County, we have a Communicating with Farmers Under Stress webinar. 4-H enrollment continues through March 31st. 4-H has an ongoing need for volunteers, if anybody here would like to get involved with that. And then we have a Master Gardeners will have a native plant sale coming up in May, so more details to follow. And I'd like to close out with a quote I found online. A Lackawanna County resident wrote, the Master Gardeners are a dedicated group of volunteers constantly educating the community on all the good that they do in the Lackawanna County programs. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and expertise. And they are just infiltrated all through the county doing good work. So I'd like to thank them as well. And as always, commissioners, thank you for your support. And I apologize for my laryngitis, but thank you for everything.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we'd like to call Kurt Camoni, the Executive Director of the Lackawanna County Visitors Bureau, to say a few words.
Commissioners, I greatly appreciate your time and being able to talk a little bit about how the Visitors Bureau is doing, how tourism in Lackawanna County has been doing, and some of the initiatives and things that we have coming out in the recent past or near future. So I brought and provided each one of you with the 2025 Visitors Guide. We are extremely proud of this. I personally would put our Visitors Guide from Lackawanna County up literally with anywhere in the country. It is a project that is partnered with Condren Sweda, George Sweda and his team, Megan and Stacy, along with my entire team. This came out the first week of January. The third week of January was the first meeting on it, and it will be worked on until it goes to print in November. It is part of the marketing program that we do, Marketing Lackawanna County. It is an integrated philosophy of our print material being primarily the guide, our digital, which is a combination of our website, which was completely redone last year and launched. Visit nepa.org. It's a wonderful resource. It receives over 1 million hits a year. And has been a vital resource, not only within the community, but outside of it as well, promoting Lackawanna County. And then our social media, which since pre-COVID 2018, 2019 has climbed from Facebook followers of less than 1,500 to now boasting over 213,000 followers, above 30,000 on Instagram. Those numbers are great, but the ones that really matter are the hotel room tax numbers. That is the Visitors Bureau. We are a 501c6 non-governmental nonprofit. Our funding is a portion of the 7% hotel room tax. Last year, 23-24, we do operate on a fiscal. For the fourth straight year, Lackawanna County set a new record in hotel room tax collection. 6 out of the last 8 years, that mark has been set, with the 2 exceptions being COVID. Since 2018-19, the hotel room tax total collection has increased by over $1 million, with the county portion being 60% of that, so over $600,000 additionally is the Lackawanna County portion of that. Just some background on tourism in Lackawanna County. Visitor spending in Lackawanna County annually, and these are the latest numbers we have from the state of Pennsylvania. Visitors come to Lackawanna County and spend $726.6 million annually. It equates and is responsible for over 5,000 full-time job equivalencies, with labor income from those 5,000 jobs of $168,900,000. So these are quality jobs that our residents are holding, welcoming people and participating in the tourism industry in Lackawanna County, and it has been doing very, very well. We have a wonderful community to promote. We have amazing assets and attractions, restaurants, shopping, across the entire gambit. Things are going very well. A highlight from last year for me, as something that can grow and become something even larger, was the City of Carbondale's Carbondalian Festival. It was launched last year with its inaugural time. I think that can be a really quality event that attracts a lot of people from outside. It's a niche program that really gets a fervent following. And then coming up this year, something I'm personally very excited about, we have partnered with Scranton Tomorrow and their mural arts program, along with Arts and Culture, as a sponsor of the Lenape mural that will be coming. And we are especially proud to be a part of that, especially since the main artist will be a member of the Lenape people, which we think is a very cool aspect to that and will attract people from outside. Lastly, as always, our number one, what people are most interested in, the Google search term that leads them to us and what they come into our office for, even internationally, is the office. And the office self-guided tour is constantly being updated and reworked. We go through more than 30,000 of those brochures every single year. These guides, between digital and the print, we distribute well over 100,000. And as I said, we get over 1 million clicks onto our website annually. So there are a lot of people that are interested. We have nothing but good news. And, you know, we have an amazing team that this entire county should be really proud of, because they are really hardworking, talented people. And we get to spread the good news of Lackawanna County every day. So it's probably the best job in the area. So I appreciate the time, and Lackawanna County is in very good shape as far as tourism and hospitality goes. Thank you.
Thanks, Kurt.
Thank you very much, Kurt. And thank you for all the work that you and your staff do. You guys do a great job. Thank you. Opportunity for the public to address the board on agenda items only. Would anyone like to discuss the agenda? Okay. Ordinance 25-0048.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is the first reading of Ordinance 297. It's an ordinance of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County, Pennsylvania, pursuant to Act 48 of 2024, establishing a county demolition and rehabilitation fund and imposing a fee to be collected by the Lackawanna County Tax Claim Bureau for purchasers at sales under the real estate tax law, and by the Lackawanna County Sheriff for the share of sales in mortgage foreclosure actions, defining terms and providing for severability, repealer, and effective date. The within ordinance may be referred to herein and elsewhere as the Demolition and Rehabilitation Fund Ordinance. Effective as the final adoption of this ordinance, the Lackawanna County Demolition and Rehabilitation Fund shall be established by the Lackawanna County Treasurer pursuant to 72 PS 5860.631. The Lackawanna County Board of Commissioners authorizes and directs the Lackawanna County Tax Claim Bureau and the Office of the Lackawanna County Sheriff to collect a fee in the amount of $250 from each and every purchaser of real property from a tax sale and a mortgage foreclosure sale. Any and all funds collected by the Lackawanna County Tax Claim Bureau and the Office of the Lackawanna County Sheriff pursuant to this demolition and rehabilitation ordinance shall be promptly deposited by the Lackawanna County Treasurer into a designated fund for the exclusive purposes of the Lackawanna County Demolition and Rehabilitation Fund. The funds deposited and maintained by the Lackawanna County Demolition and Rehabilitation Fund shall be administered by the Lackawanna County Land Bank, which within its sole discretion may use the funds for its own demolition and or rehabilitation projects, and may award funds by application on a competitive basis to municipalities, school districts, redevelopment authorities, and or any other nonprofit entities for demolition and or rehabilitation of blighted properties within Lackawanna County, Pennsylvania. This ordinance shall become effective 10 days upon its enactment, which will be 10 days after the second reading. Here to speak upon that is the Director of Economic and Community Development, Ms. Kristen McNaughton.
Thank you, Chief. I owe you for that one. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
As was stated, this was a bill, Pennsylvania Senate Bill, Act 48, that was passed in July of 2024. It allows the Lackawanna County Tax Claim Bureau to add a fee of $250 to the cost of all tax delinquent property sales, and the Lackawanna County Sheriff's Department to add a fee of $250 to the sale of all properties sold at mortgage foreclosure sales. The purpose of this is to rehab and either rehab properties or demolish blighted properties, which, as we know, not only could that be used by the county, but many of our municipalities do not have the funds needed to be able to either rehab or demolish blighted properties. There's no cost to the county on this, and just as an example, there are currently 2 counties that have passed this ordinance in Pennsylvania already. It's Jefferson and Clarion, but as of January 1st, they've been enacted, and after 90 days, then they will be able to move forward with this program. And as was stated, the intention of the program is for not only the county to be able to utilize those funds, but also hopefully provide those funds to other municipalities in need.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Director Magnotta? I just want to say a few things about this. So I'm really proud that we're announcing this new initiative this morning that is going to give our county a much stronger tool in the fight against blight, one that's going to help us clean up and revitalize our neighborhoods and improve property values for hardworking families. Through this ordinance, dedicated funding will be available, as Director Magnotta said, to rehabilitate and, when necessary, demolish blighted properties across the county. Blight, as everybody in this room knows and everyone throughout the county knows, is more than just an eyesore. It affects public safety, it reduces property values, and it hinders economic growth. When I was a councilman in Scranton, former police chief Carl Graziano used to call it the broken windows theory. So if you were on any block in any neighborhood throughout Lackawanna County and there was a house with broken windows, you can bet that that will invite crime. It will invite a lot of things that are not good, further blight, and families will eventually start moving out of that neighborhood. So by adopting this initiative today, we're taking a very proactive approach to ensuring that abandoned and deteriorating properties throughout Lackawanna County do not drag down our neighborhoods. As Director Magnana said, we are one of only 2 other counties in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania who are implementing this program. And I really believe that it's a common sense solution that doesn't place the burden on taxpayers, but instead ensures that the cost of addressing this blight are shared by those profiting from property transactions. So we're continuing to reinvest in our neighborhoods, we're continuing to support economic growth, and we're continuing to make Lackawanna County an even better place to live and to work. Thank you. Okay. Resolution 25-0055.
This is approving the current payables. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the following payables. Lackawanna County's General Fund. Numbers 382-054-382-659 inclusive, totaling $1,691,255.32. The county's electronic fund transfers, including all payrolls accounts totaling $4,197,130.74. Adopted at regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on February 19th, 2025. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
On the question, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution has been approved. Resolution 25-0047.
This is entering into a medical assistance transportation grant agreement. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby entering into a grant agreement with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania's Department of Public Welfare for the Medical Assistance Transportation Program. The agreement shall commence on July 1st, 2024 and terminate June 30th, 2025. Adopted at regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on February 19th, 2025. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is Colt's Director of Shared Ride Operations, Ms. Kelly Matone.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
As stated, I am here for the renewal of the Medical Assistance Transportation Agreement between Lackawanna County and the Department of Human Services. This agreement between Lackawanna County and DHS ensures the citizens of Lackawanna County have safe and reliable transportation at a low cost to meet their medical needs while complying with the S&G for DHS. This program is vital to the health of our constituents of Lackawanna County. Last year alone in the fiscal year, we transported 3,400 medical assistance clients. So it is absolutely necessary for our community.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution has been approved. Resolution 25-0049.
This is authorizing the District Attorney's VOCA grant. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby authorized the submission of a grant by the District Attorney's Office to the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for the Lackawanna County Victims of Crime Act 2025 through 2027 grant in the amount of $198,368. Adopted regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on February 19th, 2025. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is the District Attorney's Victim Witness Supervisor, Ms. Donna Cirillo.
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
As stated, it is a non-competitive grant through Pennsylvania Crime and Commission of Delinquency, and it is a fiscal year. They give us the money for 1 year, but it is a 2-year grant, and it supplements salaries for 7 individuals in our office.
Okay. Thank you very much. Any questions? Okay. Thank you. We appreciate it. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution has been approved. Resolution 25-0050.
This is entering into a cooperation agreement with the Borough of Old Forge. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby authorized to enter into a cooperation agreement with the Borough of Old Forge for the senior care renovation project. Be it further resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County does hereby award the following community development block grant construction contract for the Borough of Old Forge Senior Center Renovation Project 2, Sean Burton Construction, 349 Rear North Main Street, Dixon City, Pennsylvania, 18519. the lowest and most responsible and qualified bidder for $391,000. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on February 19th, 2025. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is the Director of Economic Development, Ms. Kristen Magnata.
Thank you.
This legislation is to enter into a cooperation agreement with the Borough of Old Forge for the Old Forge Senior Center renovation project at a cost of $391,000 to be completed by September 25th of 2025. This is at no cost to the county. It is 100% funded by the Community Development Block Grant Program, and this will be a wonderful project for all of the seniors in Old Forge.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
On the question, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution has been approved. Resolution 25-0051.
This is entering into a cooperation agreement with the Borough of Taylor. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of the County of Lackawanna does hereby enter into a cooperation agreement with the Borough of Taylor for the ADA curb ramp project. Be it further resolved, the Board of Commissioners of the County of Lackawanna is hereby enter into the following community development block grant construction contract for the Borough of Taylor for the ADA curb ramp project to Stefersky Paving Company, 3 Export Lane, Archibald, Pennsylvania, the lowest, most responsible and qualified bidder for $35,615. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners in Lackawanna County held on February 19th, 2025. Once again, Mr. Chairman, here is Director Magnata.
Thank you.
This legislation is to enter into a cooperation agreement with the Borough of Taylor to complete an ADA curb cut project for $35,615 to also be completed by September 25th of 2025. Again, there is no cost to the county. This project is 100% funded by the Community Development Block Grant Program.
Thank you very much. Any questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
On the question, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution has been approved. Thank you very much. Next up is Resolution 25-0052.
It's approving a plan of financing for the Scranton-Lackawanna Health and Welfare Authority, whereas pursuant to the Pennsylvania Municipalities Authorities Act as amended, the County of Lackawanna, Pennsylvania, together with the City of Scranton, created the Scranton-Lackawanna Health and Welfare Authority, whereas the University of Scranton has requested the authority to issue revenue bonds in one or more series in the aggregate principal amount not to exceed $65 million to provide financing for a project consisting of the payment or reimbursement to the university for a portion of the cost of constructing, equipping, and developing the university's new workforce development, applied research, and public outreach facility, and miscellaneous capital projects for educational purposes at all universities' campus. The current refunding of all or a portion of the outstanding Northeastern Pennsylvania Hospital Education Authority Revenue Bond Series 2014 and or the outstanding of City of Wilkes-Barre Finance Authority University of Scranton Revenue Bonds Series 2015A and the payment of certain costs of issuance. And whereas the authority has authorized the issuance of the bonds pursuant to the resolution adopted by the authority on January 16, 2025, whereas the approval by this board, as evidenced by this resolution, will enable the authority to finance the project without imposing any liability on the county or its citizens or the taxpayers with respect to the bonds. Now, therefore, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County hereby resolves that, Section 1, the issuance of the bonds by the authority in the aggregate principal amount not to exceed of $65 million, and the use of the proceeds of bonds to finance the project is hereby approved. Section 2, it is hereby declared desirable for the health, safety, and welfare of the people of the County of Lackawanna, Pennsylvania, to have the authority issue the bonds for the purpose of financing the project. Section 3, the foregoing action of this board shall not in any way pledge or obligate the credit or taxing power of the County of Lackawanna, Pennsylvania, nor shall the county be liable for the payment or the principal of premium or in any interest on the bonds or any other costs related thereto. Adopted regularly. The Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on February 19th, 2025. Mr. Chairman, who to speak upon that is Attorney Bill Rhodes.
Mark said the camera cut out. Could you repeat that?
I don't think so.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Bill Rhodes. I'm an attorney at Ballard's Bar in Philadelphia. I'm here on behalf of the university and the Scranton-Lackawanna Health and Welfare Authority. The university has approached the authority about doing the financing that was just summarized. This is really for the largest new building that's to come on campus in quite a few years, as well as opportunities to refinance higher cost debt issued by two other authorities, Northeastern Pennsylvania Hospital and Education Authority and the City of Wilkes-Barre Finance Authority, and to try to take advantage of some savings that could be accomplished by doing this refinancing, which is like refinancing a mortgage at lower rates. The purpose of this resolution is twofold. One is to comply with the federal tax code, which requires that an authority that's issuing bonds on behalf of a university, let's say, that the highest elected official of that municipality that created the authority has approved it. And so the city of Scranton and the county of Lackawanna jointly created this authority, and the city of Scranton approved last week. And so we're here before you to seek the highest elected official approval. The second one is the finding that this improvement at the university would benefit the health, safety, welfare of the residents of the county. That's required by the Pennsylvania Municipal Authorities Act, under which this authority was created. So we need to have that finding too, and this resolution does both of those in one. And I would reiterate, as noted earlier, that the credit and taxing power of the county is not implicated in any way. The bonds themselves and the major financing documents all provide that. The authority has no taxing power, of course. It's really the credit of the university. The bonds are payable solely from certain pledge revenues of the university that are not restricted as to their use. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Okay, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion?
Second.
On the question, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution has been approved. Resolution 25-0054.
Entering into a license agreement, be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County does hereby enter into a license agreement with the Scranton Cultural Center, 420 North Washington Avenue, Scranton, Pennsylvania, on behalf of the Lackawanna County Tax Claim Bureau for the March 2025 and May 2025 judicial tax sales. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on February 19th, 2025. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our Tax Claim Director, Ms. Barbara Letty.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is a licensing agreement between Lackawanna County Tax Claim Bureau and Scranton Cultural Center for rental of the main theater to conduct our 2025 judicial sales to be held on March 24th and May 2nd for $1,050 per sale. The Tax Claim Bureau collects a $35 bidder registration fee from each bidder, and that covers the cost of this.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Mrs. Lenity? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion?
Second.
On the question, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution has been approved. Opportunity for the public to address the board.
Commissioners, Bob Bola, Scranton. I did want to congratulate Matt on his new future. I think he's one hell of a leader and hate to see him leave, but he's headed for bigger and better things. Also, I want to just take a moment to mention that Glenn Gress, that was a pillar of our society, passed away, is being buried today. And we owe him a lot for a lot of the things he's done in this community, and he'll be sorely missed. The issue I got going on here is, Mr. Gahan, you raised an issue with the 3% PG&W gas increase, but yet you had no problem raising our taxes 33% on top of a reassessment that's coming. We're already paying $400 or $500 to $1,000 in bills. PG&W at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning are out there fixing broken water mains in sub-zero weather. It's not a job I don't think anybody in here would want to do. And I think they're more than, how would I put it, more than qualified to receive an increase without anything going against them. Cost of equipment, the fuel, maintenance, and the risk that these people take seeing that we have water, the gas, or whatever we need in these utilities. Nobody pays attention to them because everybody's home in bed sleeping when they're out there working. And I kind of fault you for raising that. You should have approved it and praised them for the job that they do. The other part is I think that with the nonprofits, we see the university getting everything here. I think what we need is a fee, a public safety fee or something to go across all the nonprofits to get a hell of a lot more money from them than what we're getting now. We're pulling millions and millions of dollars into the university, and we're getting squat back from what they're doing. Yet they don't reduce their fees for the students going there. They all pay through the nose no matter where they come from. And I think it's time that we look at all these nonprofits and start getting some more money in our coffers and reduce the taxes that you increased on the people in this community by letting the nonprofits start paying their share. The hospitals in town, I think we got to take out Geisinger from it, let the medical college buy the 2 hospitals here and stop looking out elsewhere. We have what we have here, the best medical providers. They're coming out of the medical school. They should buy the medical college, the state, federal funding, the governor, to let them go do what they're doing, break them off from the University of Scranton where Geisinger controls them. We have the best of all worlds. These physicians coming out will be able to work in those 2 hospitals. Geisinger, Lehigh Valley will have the best health care in this community where we don't have to leave and go somewhere else. And that's what we should be pushing, is that we buy through the medical college the 2 hospitals and stop being idiots looking for somebody else to take over, make millions of dollars on their CEOs and everything else. Put it back in our own control, and you guys are in charge of that. I'd like to see a motion that we move forward on that. And what I've done, we've turned around and submitted over 24,500 signatures that I presented to City Council. We have standing from 400 Spruce Street, which we occupy, under Bolus Environmental Group. We have standing to move forward, Sandy Valzo, who's part of this, the mother whose son passed away, took his life after the Kids for Cash. We need to move forward, and we need to take the Biden signs down. I know you were a big proponent of it. Well, Biden's gone, and his history behind it is gone with them. We want the signs down, and we want you to stand up for the citizens of this community. 24,500 signatures are out there right now that if we have to go to court, we will. But we like to see you people step up to the plate, remove the signs down from him with his corrupt organization, the way he put the screws to everybody, including our military, and our fellow vets went through a living hell because of what he did. Just remember, when they came home in coffins from Afghanistan, Biden stood looking at his watch.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to address the board?
Commissioner, just as a point of order, Biden Street is not a county road. It's actually a city street. We have no authority to name or dename the streets.
Okay, most people know that. Thank you. Joan?
Joan Hodawana, Scranton. I got here late because I was at a pension board meeting. Commissioner McGloin not here today?
He was here and he just left.
Okay. I wanted to ask him a question, but he's not here, so I'll address the rest of you. There's a rumor going around that Commissioner McGloin is going to resign as commissioner to take a job with Penn State. Is that true?
Well, it's not my place to address rumors.
Okay.
So
Will he be at the prison board this afternoon?
I believe so.
Okay, I'll ask him then.
Okay.
The audit, is it in? Is it done? Is it soup yet?
Friday, and then we will have a schedule a public meeting, as I've said previously, with the auditor, and he'll
Okay.
make a public presentation.
Okay, and
Friday
Friday
at
at
9:30.
9:30? That's going to be the public meeting?
No, I'm sorry, that's when the audit's going to be released. That's when it'll be
All right,
final.
that's the release date, that's fine. And how about the digital budget book? Is that come to fruition yet?
We're getting closer.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Okay, well, progress is good on any rate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Would anyone else like to address the board? Commissioner Chermak?
Thank you. Yeah, there are some rumors flying around, and that's going to be really up to Commissioner McGowan to address that. You know, I have no inside information or anything like that on exactly what's going on. You know, my main concern, I guess, is really what I do here every day and make sure that, you know, things are functioning and anything that I can do that I can help. That's where my focus is. My focus is on the residents of Lackawanna County, certainly. So that's my main focus. So, you know, what happens in the future? I mean, obviously, if this stuff is accurate, I only wish the best for, you know, for anyone moving in a different direction or trying to better themselves. Again, my concern is here at the county to do the best I can do. And as far as, you know, increases in utilities, of course, some things are going up. It's not good for anybody. You know, I got my own tax bill yesterday. That wasn't very nice to see. But, you know, it's difficult times for a lot of people. So you know, my main focus is going to be the county's budget, what we can do to save money, what we can do to help the residents, and just continue to do the job to the best of my ability. So, and, you know, if we end up getting a new commissioner down the road, if that does happen, you know, we're going to all do our best to work together and do the best for all the residents here. So we'll see. We're always hoping for the best.
Okay, thank you. Two things I want to mention. First of all, one of our employees here at Lackawanna County is battling cancer. Her name is Noelle Petrucci. Wonderful person and a wonderful employee of our county. They're having a benefit for her. It's called Noelle's Night of Strength, March 29th from 6 to 9 p.m. Tickets are $20. They're going to have this event at the club at the Highlands. Entertainment is provided by Exposure. There'll be food and appetizers, draft beer and soft drinks, prizes, 50/50, and basket raffles. For more information, you can go to facebook.com/Noelle's Night of Strength. We wish Noelle the very best. The public meeting that I've talked about in the past with PFM, who has been working with us to turn the finances of the county around, is going to be held Thursday, March 6th at 10:30 a.m. Here in the Commissioners' Boardroom. They will make their presentation. It's part of the first phase of their engagement, and that will close out the first phase. As has been announced in the past, we have applied again with the State Department of Community and Economic Development for funding for the second phase, which would be implementation. The other thing I wanted to mention was, and most people probably read about this in the newspaper, 5 employees were dismissed at Steamtown National Historic Site in Scranton. Thousands of government employees have been terminated in the last several days, not just at national parks, but at the Environmental Protection Agency, Veterans Affairs, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the Department of Education. And this all comes from the current Trump administration. I am extremely concerned about Steamtown National Historic Site. This is an absolute jewel of the city of Scranton and of Lackawanna County. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of people that visit Steamtown National Historic Site every single year. I know some of the people who work there. I know how hard they work. I know how well they communicate with our trolley museum, and in fact, we just had a meeting with the new executive director of Steamtown National Historic Site. So I would just urge people to call your congressman, call Congressman Brejnahan, call Senator McCormick and Senator Fetterman, and tell them to stop, tell the Trump administration to stop firing people who work at one of the best places that we have in Lackawanna County. And I don't know what else is going to happen, but if it's any indication since January, I'm worrying what the trickle-down effect will be. The Shapiro administration has sued the Trump administration. They have said that about $2.5 billion in grants or reimbursements that is committed to Pennsylvania is now suspended or under some sort of review that has not been approved by Congress or any funding agreement and hasn't been explained to the Shapiro administration. And you might be wondering why I'm mentioning that. All of these things trickle down to county government. We have over 30 departments in county government. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of people that we serve here in Lackawanna County, from the Area Agency on Aging to children in the Office of Youth and Family Services. And I am very concerned that this will have a trickle-down effect on our county. So again, how can you fight against this? You can call Congressman Bresnahan, you can call Senator McCormick and tell them to stand up for the people of Lackawanna County, to stand up for our elderly people, our senior citizens, our young people, our veterans, all the way down the line. You may remember in late January, the Trump administration issued a memo freezing federal grants and loans, saying that it was necessary to review whether spending aligned with Trump's executive orders on various issues such as climate change. It's safe to say that within this building that the freeze caused widespread chaos because we weren't quite sure what was going on. Now, they rescinded the memo less than 2 days later, but money for things like early childhood education, pollution reduction, HIV prevention research, cancer research, and on and on and on and on is possibly not going to be there anymore. So again, I am concerned as a commissioner what the effect will be on the departments that I oversee here in Lackawanna County, and that will have a direct effect on the most vulnerable people in our county. So again, call your congressman and call your senator and tell them, make sure they're protecting the people who matter the most. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second, on the question? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.